This
measure,
conference will now be
and
recorded.
also with respect to the other related office related products. So mostly my overall career and experience was into Microsoft hierarchy products, and currently I have been associated and currently working with one of the topmost company across the globe. So that's a general high level overview about my professional experience. So yeah, if anyone wants to just give us some high level understanding about your career or your professional things, like, please let me know. Do anyone want to start? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, that's fine. So I'll take it further. Then you can just let me know in regards to if you have any queries in the next test. So, this content is been designed in such a way that the first of all the outcome of this training will be that we are going to learn about Microsoft Dynamics CRM and Power Platform. Okay, so what exactly that we are going to learn within Dynamics application and what exactly that we are going to learn in Power Platform, I have listed in the upcoming slides. I'll give you a detailed understanding. So before we deep dive into these applications or the content of the training, might be you people are aware of this, what exactly this dynamic CRM is about. However, I just try to make it simple and try to do a kind of representation in a graphical format, and I'll give you some high level overview about it. And moving further, we will deep dive into each individual application item and we will discuss in detail. So basically, Microsoft Dynamics CRM is one of the large, or I can say it's a very huge product, because within Microsoft Dynamics CRM or Microsoft 365, we do have a lot of many inbuilt components, and each individual component has its own value in the market, right? So for example, if you're talking about F&O, which is finance and operations, that's the separate jobs that we have in the market. Similarly, business central, human resource, supply chain, project operations, right? Each individual module, we will call it as a modules technically, but in simple terms we can call it as a application or the app. So each individual app has been having a own value in the market, right? And entirely the content of the full naming conversion will start with the Microsoft Dynamics because it's a Microsoft products. So not only this all, we do have a lot of other applications that supports the each individual customer, right? Now, with respect to our Dynamics CRM is nothing but what customer relationship management application, right? So what modules or what technical apps that we need to discuss about, so that we will call it ourselves as a Microsoft Dynamics CRM 365 consultant. So we are going to learn, and our designation or the title will be Microsoft Dynamics CRM 365 consultant. Again, within this consultant we have two types of job opportunities in the market. So you can apply for a technical consultant, you can apply for techno functional consultant. So what kind of roles and responsibilities will be there as a technical consultant, what kind of roles and responsibilities will be there as a techno functional consultant, we will see. But first of all, out of all these modules, and we have many more, which all modules that we are going to concentrate, or the companies are we mostly going to concentrate if we design our designation as a Microsoft Dynamics CRM 365 consultant. So we have a modules called sales, marketing, customer service. So these are the three main and key modules that we need to understand and that we are going to learn. So once you are aware of the entire life cycle of each individual module, and once you are aware of the applications and the life cycle, how sales module works, how marketing module works, how customer service module works, what can be done, what will be doing, each company will try to use it by using these modules, what will be the outcome, right? Until unless you are aware of each individual module as a life cycle, you cannot call yourself as a Microsoft Dynamics CRM 365 consultant. These other modules, it's different. Each individual module has its own jobs in the market. So now we are going to learn about the modules of sales, marketing, and service. And technically, CRM is called as a customer relationship management application. So now you have some idea about what modules or what kind of content that we need to learn, so that we can call ourselves as a Microsoft Dynamics CRM consultant, right? So at a high level, what is this CRM is about? What will, why most of the companies are trying to use this application, right? So if we just try to go with a startup company, from a startup company till the product based companies, you can take any companies, for example, Samsung, Sony, some banking clients like Wells Fargo, HSBC, all the companies, irrespective of it can be a service based or the product based, they are trying to use this dynamic CRM in one of their business activities. So why this product got this much of demand or the craze in the market, right? So we need to understand. So technically, this dynamics CRM application, or in simple terms, this dynamic CRM module, the outcome of this module basically is we can manage, or we can track, or we can store the information. So what kind of information that we need to, we will do all these parameters. It's about the customer, right? CRM is nothing but customer relationship management. So when a customer is trying to use this application, every aspect or every business needs can be done within this one application called CRM. And what are those? In simple terms, we can manage the related to customer information, we can track the customer information, we can store the customer information. So typically CRM application will act like a centralized data software application. So by using that application, they can do lot of activities. For example, let's say I have some custom application which is our own company is using inside our company. Now CRM application has a capability to integrate that application into Dynamics application. So the external application can be invoked or integrated into this dynamic application. So not only dynamic CRM has a capability in regards to customer handling, it also has a capability in regards to integrations, data migrations, data integrations, or the entire application. So all the activities can be done and achievable by using one application, and acts like a user friendly, which is nothing but dynamic CRM. Okay. And sometimes this application will be also called as a kind of a integrated software solution, because we can do everything in one go. And here, in more things, like if you want to track, for example, if you want to sell some products in general, for example, I have some company, like say some car manufacturing company. So I have a own brand. Now in general, what I'm going to do to get my application to be sold, so initially I'm going to hire some sales team or the marketing team to get that product visibility into the public audience, right? And then they will reach to my company to purchase or have some queries, or to discuss about that car. And our team goal is to sell the product. So once they sell the product, in general, what happens, if they are using my product, I need to provide service as well. So that's how the sales, marketing, customer service modules in a technical terms comes into picture when you compare with the real time use case. Okay. So we will see how these modules works, and what exactly this application is about, and how it is going to deal with the parameters, and going forward how we will handle the data, how we will migrate the data, all the parameters within dynamics application we are going to look into it. So that's a general high level overview, but once we deep dive into the application, you will come to know what exactly this dynamics application is about. So moving to the next slides, I have just listed the concepts of dynamics application, basically what that we are going to learn. So as I told you, until unless you are aware of all these minimum basic modules like sales, service and marketing, you cannot call yourself as a Microsoft Dynamics CRM consultant, right? So we will discuss about each individually, and we will see how we will handle all the topics. Like we have many topics in Dynamics application I have listed here. Like we have security roles, forms, JavaScripts, ribbon workbench, business rules, workflows, reports. So we will see everything in detail, step by step, about Dynamics application, and also have some of the core concepts also within those. Like each individual, these all these topics I've listed that we are going to play around with the sales, service and marketing modules only. Okay, so we will see how we will deal with it, how do we are going to handle this, and how we will try to learn everything in detail step by step. So once we are, it will take around like 1 month to complete. So once we are done with this uh, Dynamics application, then we will start learning about the Power Platform. So basically, what is this Power Platform is about, and I will tell you at the end why this course is designed in such a way that we are going to learn these two products, which is Microsoft Dynamics CRM and Power Platform, right? I will give you a detailed overview. So once we are done with the Dynamics CRM content, then I'm going to start with the Power Platform. So as we know, inside Power Platform, we have Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and Power Virtual Agent, right? But in our training, we will only discuss about Power Apps and Power Automate. So I won't discuss about anything related to Power BI and Power Virtual Agent. And before going to discuss about these Power Apps and Power Automate, I will give you a detailed introduction about what exactly this Power Platform is about, and you should know some of the main key pointers to understand the Power Apps and Power Automate, which is nothing but Dataverse and Common Data Model and Common Data Service. So I will give you a detailed understanding about all these in a high level overview. Then we will start with the Power Apps and Power Automate. So basically, what is this Power Platform? So see, Dynamic CRM, you just at a high level you understood that it's a kind of a customer relationship management application. So we are going to deal with the customers, and we are going to design the entire application as a part of customer point of view. But what is this Power Platform, and what can be achieved by using this Power Platform, right? We should understand something as well. So basically, this Power Platform, typically it's a kind of a application where we can build for our organization in regards to a kind of a frontline workings, or we can design in a format of a collaborative way where we can do some kind of business solutions and all those parameters. So when I say apps, so each individual item has its own value. For Power Apps, we can build the applications like by using, there is a Canvas app concept. By using Canvas apps, we can build the applications. In Power Automate, without a user interaction, we can automate something. For example, let's say there was an email that is coming to my Gmail account for some one of the particular main user. Let's say a CEO is sending an email to my Gmail for some reason, and you want to get that to be notified at a high priority so that you will not miss it, for example. So now you can design this Power Automate in such a way that you can push some notification to your application or some of your Outlook or whatever it is, to just give you some idea that from so and so email ID you have a message, right? So which means that you are not doing anything, you're just trying to automate something, and it's a kind of one time development. So once you activate that, if that condition satisfies, immediately whatever the task you're trying to perform, it is you're going to get as a result. So by using Power Automates, we can automate something without a user interaction. So there are different types of Power Automate flows. So we will see each individual flow one by one. So with respect to Power Platform, each individual service has its own value in the market. So for example, now you came to know that by using Power Apps, you can build the applications by using Canvas apps, and you can design entire app as per the client requirement. By using Power Automate, you can automate something and perform some task without a user interaction, which means that without a user go, you can automate something and you can automate the task based on the user things. And you also have Power BI. What is a Power BI output? You can build some interactive dashboards, right? You can create some kind of interactive and visualized dashboards based on the insights and the data has been shared with the Dynamics application. And what about Power Virtual Agent? Power Virtual Agent, we can build a kind of a chatbot applications. Like if you're trying to use internally, we can build some chatbot applications. So that's why each individual application has its own value in the market. And again, you also have a separate jobs for Power BI developer, separate jobs for things, but you will not see separate jobs for Power Apps and Power Automate. It has to go with a combination of Dynamics application. So that's the reason this course has been designed in such a way that you should know Dynamics application as well as Power Platform with the combination of Power Apps and Power Automate. So then you can call it yourself as a Microsoft Dynamics CRM consultant. Moving further, we will see what exactly that we are going to learn in Power Apps and what exactly that we are going to discuss in Power Automate. So with respect to Power Apps, we have different two types of apps, Canvas app and model driven app, as I told you. So we will see by using Power Apps how we are going to create a Canvas app and how we are going to create a model driven app. And inside that we do have different types of topics within Power Apps that that I'm going to cover. So how we are going to share the apps to other users by restricting who can access, who cannot access, how we are going to control the security roles, everything in detail, the entire architecture level of Power Apps I'm going to discuss. So once we are done with the Power Apps, then I'm going to discuss about the Power Automate. So we do have almost like five types of flows. So we will see each individual flow and we are going to implement the use case, and we will see you the output. So we will see how for example, if you get some errors, how we need to do the flow, how we are going to handle those parameters, how to do everything we will discuss in detail individually step by step. So this is the high level overview about how the course is being designed. Before taking up the queries, at a short note, so basically this course duration will be like close to 2 months, and it will be like Monday to Friday, every day 1 hour. And from day one, I'm going to use entirely with the real-time use cases. So if so the way of presenting is first initial I'm going to explain you the topic. Parallelly, I will give you, I mean, I'm going to explain the use case, how this topic is related to that use case, and how we need to implement it. So this is how the way of I mean the course has been designed, and the way of teaching will be there. So everything will be with the real time use cases for Dynamics application and Power Platform. So the last one is why we need to learn this Dynamics and Power Platform. So if you just look at the job descriptions anywhere, if you know only Dynamics CRM, you will not get a job. If you know only Power Platform, you will not get a job. The companies are looking in such a way that people should do some multitasking. So that's how currently the situation in the job market. So there is a scenario like there was a day in around like 2014 or 2016. During that time, if you know only Dynamic CRM, you're going to get a job easily. But now, until unless people who are multitasked, they are not getting much opportunities because Dynamic CRM is being used by Power Platform. So if there is any task that can be achieved by Power Platform without writing any code or anything, then obviously there is no use of Microsoft component, right? So that's why companies are using this, and trying to look for a multitask. And that's why in every job description you will see like Power Platform and Dynamics application. So that's why, to make it flexible, this course is being designed in such a way that once we are done with this training, so we will be ready to handle, or to handle the interviews, and go ahead. Now, any questions from anyone, please let me know. No questions?
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening. Sorry, I joined the course, the session a bit late, but I have some queries. When you said Power Apps, you have given two options, right? Model-driven app and Canvas.
Yeah.
So whenever we do go for some implementation, assume like we are going for CRM implementation,
Hmm.
wherein you have an out-of-box solution like from uh, if you go for sales, right from lead until the invoice creation, okay, the whole
Hmm.
script. Are you going to use the same auto box solution, or you are going to develop it from scratch for the business as per the requirement?
So see, basically, we can create our own model-driven app, and we can create our own entities, and we can build it. So we are going to create a new solution. First of all, I'm going to explain you the inbuilt features, and then on top of that, we are going to build a new one, and we will proceed further.
And what I'm going to say, do you have real time experience, or I'm just asking? I don't know. Like I joined a bit late.
Yes. Yeah, I have a real-time experience.
Okay, when you go for any implementation in any company, so what do you usually do? You just get onboarded the custom application, sorry, out of box application, and do some modification, or you build it from scratch, like lead form. Will you use the same lead form, or you will create a lead form for using model driven app or Canvas and do it? What basically you do it? Like example, quotation. Out of box quotation may not have what is required. I may need more approvals for the quotation based on the percentage of discount I give. So how do you manage all these things? I'm just trying to understand how does it happen in real world.
Yeah, so obviously, see, out of the box, which is doesn't help much for any company. So we need to build from a scratch, or we can use that entity, and top of that, we can design our own form with fields and whatever it is, whatever client looking for. And we are going to create a new forms and fields, everything, and we are going to build a different relationships. Everything will be own customized. So out of the box will not help much. Out of 10%, those will help only like 2 or 3%. Remaining 8% we need to build on our own.
So what do you use for this? Do you use model driven app or do you use Canvas?
Model driven app only.
Model driven app. Okay. Are you going to cover anything related to Copilot?
See, Copilot is, yeah. See, if you want, I can give you some high level overview about it. Okay, so but Copilot is nothing there, nothing much in regards to do it. So only we have some options to enable, that we need to follow some steps, and after that you need to, I mean, get habituated. Like it will be similar like Chat GPT only. So I will train you like how to enable for each individual, like for sales module, how we need to enable, and what are the options that we need to do it. So it's a kind of a navigation, simple in simple terms. So there is nothing much to be used in regards to Copilot.
Uh-huh. So is Copilot stable in Microsoft? Because I'm not much aware of
Copilot,
Microsoft.
yeah. So Copilot is stable, and also Copilot is trying to invoke for all the components within Microsoft. When I say components, like it is going to inject slow. Already it's in Dynamics and Power Platform. Slowly it is coming to Azure and Office 365 related products. For all the products, they're trying to invoke and enable this copilot feature. So basically the terminology is called as copilot, but behind the scene it's entirely kind of a AI and chat GPT combination.
Could you just give an example of how Copilot can be used in sales or marketing?
See, for example, with regards to Copilot, let's say you want to get some leads data or the count of one of the records of, for account entity, right? So if you just enable this Copilot for sales for in Dynamics application, you can ask Copilot that can you retrieve the count of the records, how much I'm having with the name starts with Abhiram, for example. So
Hmm.
within seconds, the Copilot will fetch the information and give you the data and the count. That's one of the example I can say. So until unless we enable the apps or we enable the copilot for each individual app, it will not work.
So, app, you mean application, whereas like sales, marketing.
Yes,
Uh,
modules, each individual modules.
okay. Does it have a separate license for Copilot?
Yeah, obviously copilot license needs to be purchased.
It doesn't come with normal sales module or marketing module.
It comes with the inbuilt feature, but you can utilize only up to some extent. If you want to go ahead and try to play around with the advanced level features, you need to have a license.
Hmm. I'm done.
Okay, so thank you. Any other questions from anyone?
And also, are you going to teach the C Sharp and JavaScript for the Power Apps?
For Power Apps, we don't use any C Sharp or JavaScripts. We are going to use it for Dynamics application. So
Okay,
yeah, within Dynamics application, I will teach you the JavaScript and not C Sharp. So when I
okay,
discuss about plugins in Dynamics application, then I'm going to give you some high level overview, but not from basics of C Sharp.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Any other questions from any others? Yeah, regarding the fees and all, you can just contact the team directly. Can we do this from house home? Yeah, it's a cloud application. You can log in wherever you want it, and you can also practice from your own laptop. It's not mandatory so to go somewhere and sit somewhere. So that's why that is how it is flexible, right? Our cloud applications are accessible anywhere across your globe wherever you want it. So there is no restrictions. Yeah, regarding fees and all, yeah, please just try to connect with the team.